I can swear, I can joke. I see what's on my mind. If I drink, if I smoke, I keep up with the guys, and you see me holding up my middle finger to the world. Fuck your ribbons and your pearls. Cause I'm not just a pretty girl, I'm more than just a picture. I'm a daughter and a sister. Sometimes it's hard for me to show that I'm more than just a rumor or a song on your computer. There's more to me than people know.
To my channel, I am Jaynisha. This is Becoming Jaynisha. So today's video is going to be a story time. Let's just put this out there first. This video is not to step on anybody's toes, bring up old feelings, start any drama, but I'm just wanting to, get my story out there because I've watched so many single mom stories that I can relate to, and maybe somebody can relate to my story. Somebody can, relate to me, and it'll be better for you to get to know me better as well. So I became a mom, a mom. Oh Lord. I became a single mom in June 2015. Between June and December 2015 is when my single mom journey started. And when I say June, it's because between June and July of 2015, I was broken up from Nathan's dad. Between that time, that was like the first time I became a single mom, and I got a taste of what it was like to take care of Nathan on my own. And I say that because his dad decided that he wasn't ready to be a dad. He felt like he was rushed into this situation, and he decided he wanted to leave and go find himself, And so he left. He packed all this stuff up and he moved out. And at this time, we was living with my mom. So he just decided that he was going to leave. Excuse me, gotta put some lip gloss on. So anyway, he decided that he was going to leave. And so during this time, we was reconnecting with Nathan's Momo's children. We was reconnecting with his family on his dad's side, and we was getting to know them. So during this time, we're just packing up and leaving and going to a different state to see them. And we stayed there for 2 weeks. And y'all, those two, I had fun, but I also was like being called out of my name by Nathan's dad. We traveled separately, so it was like I went and then he came a little bit later, and it was just all this name calling. So much transpired, y'all. It was just terrible. So fast forward, I come back home, and I'm still going through the motions of, oh, I miss him, and posting on Facebook stuff that didn't need to be posted on Facebook. And I get a call from Nathan's grandma, which is his Momo, and she's like, you need to take those posts down, blah 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 blah. And so I'm like, okay. So I take all the posts down, and at this point I see the reason why he wasn't ready to be a dad. So knowing me, I was raised by my mom. I was raised around strong women. So not only did I have his older sister, his mom, and his grandma. This is my son's father's mom, grandma, and sister lifted me up. I also had my aunties, my grandmother, my mama lifted, and my older sister lifted me up. So I had all these strong women to look up to. And so I could do it. Like, I did it. I got myself enrolled back in school. Around this time, I was doing TANF, and the TANF program helped me so much to get through what I needed to get through. I was getting my own apartment through the state of, I forgot what it's, Housing Authority, that's what it's called. I was getting my own apartment through Housing Authority, and I was just basically getting myself together so I can, transition from this to this. And so once I was doing better, starting school, my mom was watching Nathan. My mom and my sister was watching Nathan. I was getting my life on track and I was going. And then I met somebody else. And so Nathan's dad decided, I want you back. Because in my mind, we're not going to get into all of that, but in my mind, it was just like, you see me doing good. You want to come back and you want to do whatever you thought in your mind. So anyway, we was good up until September of 2015 because some things happened that I don't want to get into with bills and stuff. And so I decided, you know what, I was stressed out. I was stressed out from that. Just this whole entire time I was just stressed out. From like the end of July to the beginning of September, I was stressed out. Just constantly just depressed, crying and all of this. I was crying behind closed doors. And I was just going through so much during that time. It was just like, so much was going on. Like, literally so much happened that it was just between us. It's like, stuff between me and him was happening. Like, let's just say, arguments was happening. Doors had holes in them. Like, a whole lot of like 2 doors had holes in them because he would get mad and punch him. And it wasn't a physical abuse. It was mental and emotional and tearing up shit that happened. And so I was just like, you know what, I need a fresh start. So I called Nathan's grandmother and I was just like, I texted her actually, and I was like, how do you feel about Nathan and I moving to Oklahoma? And I'm thinking to myself, me and him is still together, and I'm sitting thinking maybe this situation of us moving, us getting away from this toxic environment, maybe us moving to another state, into a new environment around new people would help us get back on track, maybe help us get our lives together, maybe help us do a lot of things, new environment, new state, new everything. I was so wrong. So me and Nathan I packed up me and Nathan's stuff. I mean, literally everything we owned that was big enough to fit in the car, I packed up and we left. So we packed up and left. I don't remember the date we left, but I know we left in September. I said goodbye to my entire family and I left. I was gone from September 2015 to December 2015. And this is where I became a single mom. So when I left him here, him in Kentucky with my apartment. I left the apartment really nice and clean with food and everything. He decides this whole time while me and Nathan's gone, he wants to not clean at all, y'all. When I say, we gonna get to that, but not clean, not do anything. So, and he wanted to have people in and out the apartment. And so during this time, I'm also getting calls from my apartment landlord saying, you abandoned your unit, blah, 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 and all of this. And so I just, I was just like, oh my gosh, what could he possibly be doing? So fast forward, he comes down. The day before he gets there, we get engaged. No, not the day before he gets there. About a few weeks before he comes down to Oklahoma, we get engaged again for the, hold on now. We get engaged again for the 3rd time. And nobody believed me. Nobody really believed me that we were engaged. He was like, oh, I'm gonna send you the money. Send you money to, for Nathan's diapers and baby wipes and all of this. So he's like, when I get there, I'm gonna get you the ring and I'm gonna get you all this, which is funny now when I look back. It is so funny because we was engaged like 3-4 times, but we never actually had rings. So anyway, this whole situation was just like, he was like, I'm gonna send you money, never send the money. So at this point, I'm just like, this ain't gonna work. So I end up getting a job at McDonald's, and I was working, lo and behold, McDonald's again. So this is my first time ever working at McDonald's. So I get a job, and so I'm like, okay, I don't need his money to do anything because I'm working. I'm working a job, and I'm taking care of my son and myself. And thank God I had his Nathan's Momo and his Gigi and everybody around us, because they was a big help. And so I didn't have to worry about babysitting. I didn't have to worry about anything. I just had to get my ass up and go to work. At this time, I worked 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I was okay with working those hours. And so when he came October 8th. I want to say it was October 8th, something like that. He came, like I said, I don't remember the dates. So he flew down there. No, I think he took the bus. I don't remember. It don't really matter. So he came down there, and it felt weird. It was awkward. Like, the vibe between us was awkward. Like, I couldn't put my finger on it. What was wrong?
I can have it cause I get it myself. Tryna set limits, I'm not with it, I'm the goat, I'm the best. Yeah.